Hello, my spiritual friends, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Kimberly Carlton. I'm an evidential medium, intuitive guide, and mentor. And my goal is to help share what I know and understand about the spirit realm, mediumship, and other spiritual topics in an easy to comprehend way. As a mentor, I often work with students who previously struggled with the balance between focusing on the evidence and technique versus emotions and messages during their mediumship sessions. Depending on who you have trained with or where, you might lean too far or maybe be inflexible one way or the other. What do I mean by this? Have you ever experienced a mediumship session that was front to back filled with excellent evidence, but devoid of any emotion or empathy, leaving it feeling cold and maybe robotic? Vice versa, have you experienced the other extreme where the medium barely provided any evidential details and jumped straight into the messages that, while being given with care, kind of fell flat because you couldn't really tell where they were coming from? Balance in your sessions are key, but there's no magic formula because every situation will be different. The needs of the spirit communicators and recipients can't be a one-size-fits-all. Some recipients will need a lot of overwhelming evidence in their session, and that will be most important, while others won't need much at all. I've had sessions where I'm in the process of providing the initial first 4 or 5 pieces of evidence, and the client stops me and says, "Oh, I know who this is. What do they have to say? What messages do they have for me?" The spirit communicators will know their loved ones best. They will know if their loved one is skeptical and needs lots of evidence in a session versus spending more time on messages. Likewise, spirit communicators will know if their loved ones are really needing support and advice and not wanting to dwell too long on the evidence portion. So if you come prepared with a grocery list of evidence needed to be provided from the spirit communicator, in these cases you might end up feeling a bit frustrated. It's not to say that the messages or advice shouldn't and couldn't be evidential in nature though. However, my biggest pointer I can offer is to trust the spirit world first and foremost. Trust that they can guide you through sessions in terms of what their loved one's needs are and not what you, the medium, needs. As mediums, we might get hung up on things we feel we need to accomplish in a session, a checklist, for instance. That can be a mistake. Oftentimes, as mediums, we can feel forced to bring through some elaborate and insightful spiritual message when really the spirit communicator's only message is, "I'm here and I love you." It's simple, but the recipient needs to hear it. If you think about it, when you call a loved one, do you give them some long, multifaceted message every conversation? Or do you sometimes just call to say, "Hi, I love you," and it's very quick and brief? It's the same with the spirit world. Not every contact will be filled with an awe-dropping spiritual perspective. Some sessions will be focused on healing or closure, or will be filled with emotions, not just for the recipient, but for the spirit communicators as well. While it's the medium's job to stay composed and connected to the link, it's also important to show empathy and care. Here again lies the balancing act. Feeling the emotions while not being overtaken by them and dropping the link. That's crucial. We want to feel and experience empathy during our sessions. If not, then something is missing. We probably all have heard of a highly experienced physician, but not one that has good recommendations based on their horrible bedside manner. The same can be said for mediumship. You can be extremely evidential, but if you come across as egotistical or cold, then it's off-putting. Again, reverse scenario. There are mediums that provide little to no evidence, then spend the whole session on messages that sound intriguing but don't really resonate with the recipient. How likely would you be to accept advice or messages if you doubted where they truly came from, when there was no evidence to link it to your loved one? It would typically fall flat. As you can see, there's a lot to consider when finding the balance in your sessions. This video touches on just a small aspect of mediumship, but an important one. And I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback. As a recipient, a session, what do you look for? What do you value in a medium? Please comment below, and myself and other mediums find it helpful when you share your thoughts. And also, if there's anything else that you'd be interested in learning about besides just mediumship, let me know. Drop it in the comments section. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. My email is kimberlyandspirit@gmail.com. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so you get my newest video when they are posted. Until next time, take care.